The Santa Clara Elementary School is one with the Department of Education in continuing education amidst the global pandemic that brought several nations to their knees. Though challenging, the school continues to adapt to the new normal wherein face-to-face classes is strictly prohibited. New policies, strategies, and systems had to be crafted to cope with the new challenges. To respond to the changing times, the Department of Education utilized the Continuous Improvement or CI process. The Continuous Improvement Team 1 of Santa Clara Elementary School, led by Mr. Armin M. Caballero, is manned by dedicated and committed teachers, namely Angelita M. Lumbayan as the coach, Lani Marie G. Sabelliano as the team leader, Mary Grace G. Banyales as the process observer, Delilah G. Lozano as the scribe, Maria Belinda B. Gratuito in charge of communication, and Manuel Luis T. Tayo Jr. in charge of documentation. In the school year 2020 to 2021, the CI team of Santa Clara Elementary School conducted a focus group discussion to identify teachers' concerns. From the results gathered regarding teachers' experiences in this new normal, the 42 teachers of Santa Clara Elementary School, or 100% of the school's teaching personnel, expressed their concern on students' gap in learning, numeracy, and literacy brought by the absence of face-to-face classes. The same concerns are expected for the school year 2021 to 2022. As of February 2020, a month before the coronavirus pandemic, there were 65 students whose literacy and numeracy skills were behind their peers. Furthermore, the school logged 1,302 students for the school year 2020 to 2021, and all their reading progress are not strictly monitored due to the limited functions teachers can do in the absence of face-to-face instruction. Teachers are uncertain if reading practices are being continued at home and if students' reading levels will be at par with the expected level once face-to-face classes resume. The team came up with the following recommendations. Strengthen the function of the school's reading program during this pandemic. Extend the Reading Center's function to students' individual household. Provide students with additional reading resources even if they don't go to school. Conduct reading consultation with the parent. With this, the team decided on the continuous project entitled Storybooks Pantry, Feeding the Mind Through Reading. The project's objectives are: Number 1, to ensure that the love for reading of our students and reading practices are continued at home. Number 2, provide the students with additional reading materials at home. Number 3, help students' numeracy and literacy progress even in this time of pandemic. And lastly, involve not only parents, but other members of the household in our school's reading program. The process began by first compiling the student's reading profile and setting up the pantry. Parents who went to school to claim the modules of their children checked the available reading materials in the pantries and borrowed some to bring home for children to enjoy. All they needed to do was to fill out the borrower's sheet provided to them. The teacher in charge then checked the student's reading profile to assess the proficiency level, and the parents were given with the appropriate reading materials. There are different books categorized as beginner, intermediate, and advanced levels to address the different reading levels of the students. The Storybook Pantry of the Kinder level. An eager parent checking some reading materials to borrow from the Grade 1's pantry. The United Grade 2 teachers posed in front of their pantry. Miss Concepcion and Batak felt like a kid again with their Disney-themed Storybooks pantry. The Grade 4's pantry sends a message that your adventures begin in reading. The Storybook Pantry of Grade 5 is rich with reading materials. The Organized and Enticing Pantry of the Grade 6. The initiative was originally scheduled to begin from May 5 and end until the last week of June 2020. However, it was cut short due to the city government's Executive Order Number 31-A that suspends all non-emergency essential activities. Despite the hurdle and the short implementation, the initiative was still able to gather positive and significant results and achieved the project's objectives. The students continued their reading practices at home. This reading project facilitated by the CI team is just one of the many school-initiated projects implemented to align with the Department of Education's programs on Sulong Edukalidad. Though it ran for a short period of time, we have seen the potential of this project to enable the students to continue their reading habits at home. The Santa Clara Elementary School hopes that with this small but impactful action will make a difference to the reading progress of our students. It is our fervent hope that when face-to-face classes resume, the reading level of our students will match the grade level they will be in. The CI team recommends that the Storybooks Pantry project be started when the school year starts. The team also suggests to conduct a virtual reading consultation and checkup to assess the students' reading progress, especially those who are at risk. Thus, the same reading initiative is done for the school year 2021 to 2022. It is continued from October 1 of 2021 and expected to conclude on June 17, 2022. It began with a reading evaluation to determine the current reading profiles of learners and identify the needs for intervention. Reading assessments will be performed quarterly to monitor the progress. The reading initiative fitted the Department of Education's activities for the National Reading Month, wherein the students dropped everything and read. Our school hopes that this project will inspire the other schools to do the same. Altogether, let us work hard to fill the gap in literacy. We should triumph over COVID-19 and do not let it shatter the future of our children.